Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 111 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series. I was trying to make a Hobbit joke there. 11-1, isn't it? That's what he says. Anyway, it's been a while since I've read the books or seen the movies. Today we are working on getting our Alchemy Table automated from Blood Magic and prepping for our automated LP production with our Well of Suffering and everything, because it's about darn time. I'm tired of having to manually stab myself a bunch. So yeah, let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata in Enigmatica 6 Expert. Yes, we're back in Enigmatica 6 Expert. Our alternating pack upload time day thing has begun. So today is Enigmatica 6 Expert day. Tomorrow will be on the Mod 7 day, and we'll just pop back and forth between them and, do the thing. And hopefully I don't mix things up between the two worlds, because in all the Mod 7 I can craft sticks like normal. I can't do that here in Enigmatica 6. So, if I end up needing some sticks, if I burn through these 10,000, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might mess up. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so today we are going to work on blood magic. It's kind of my our next big bottleneck is getting blood magic automated, to a degree at least, getting slates automated for the most part, so we can have those in our system. As for like regular slates, we have our blood bee and everything, and he's producing slates, doing all good for us there. But all of our other tiered slates, I've had to be doing some manual crafting in between episodes here, which means a lot of stabberating of myself, and I don't want to do that anymore. In order to even get this going, I probably spent a good hour or so stabbing myself in our blood magic area, and just stab. It's a pain. I don't want to do it anymore. Let's get blood magic, blood essence automated and everything, and then we can start working on other things, because it's like I said, it's our main bottleneck right now. I can't move forward terribly too much without getting this taken care of. So with that being said, let's talk about what we're going to do. So first thing first that I need to do is automate myself my alchemy table here. As you can see, I have stuff ready to go for our altar. I don't know what tier of altar I need to have for our Well of Suffering when we get to that point. So luckily our bee has been doing very well with our blank slates. We have 183 of them in the system, and that's after I crafted all of these runes, which requires quite a lot of them each. So yeah, we have blank slates. Those are easy peasy. We get those automated by our bee. I'll still tell the system, when we get this all automated and everything, I'll still have them get made manually, but our bee is doing fantastic. Just realized I don't have my map on either. What's funny is I fixed this in all the Mod 7. I found the config option and fixed it, so now all the Mod 7 is working right and the map automatically shows up. Didn't do it for Enigmatica 6. Whatever. Anyway, so we need to work on getting our other slates. So this is our blood altar and our blank rune. I don't know 64. I don't know if that's going to be enough, what tier this is going to get to me. I just crafted 64 blank runes. We'll see where we end up with this, and if we need to go any higher. And obviously these are blank runes. Eventually we're going to need to get capacity. We're going to need to get sacrifice, the capacity rune. We're going to want capacity. We're going to want not to do that. Sacrifice, not self-sacrifice, but regular sacrifice. We're going to want displacement, so we can store all of our essence elsewhere. So we have a lot of things that we're going to work on, and all of this stuff should be, once we get the slates automated and our table automated, getting these things taken care of should be fairly simple. It's just the runes really that's going to be a pain, because our runic altar is full of crafts, so we're gonna have to upgrade this guy to a gold crafter. I literally just upgraded it to iron, but putting all the runes in here is there's a lot of runes, so we're gonna have to upgrade that to gold so I can get all the different rune colors going. But we have the corundum in bulk, so we don't need to worry about that part. It's just teaching the system how to do it. But yeah, so then we can get these going and all these capacity, and we can teach these to the system and yada, yada, yada. We got this. I did add the rattlesnake a while ago to this. Komodo dragon spit is probably going to be our hard part for this. I should get my Komodo dragon. I literally have the spawn eggs sitting here. Let's get a name tag. Let's get this guy running again, because I must have killed him a long time ago, but I got an egg for him. This is going to be Spitter. We're going to grab this egg. We're going to grab our personal shrinking device. We're going to reset this thing. Let's do 0.3. I'm bringing this dude down into my basement. When I shrunk him last time, he got a little bit crazy, got into my mob farm, started killing everything in there. I wasn't about that life anymore. So maybe if we do a fence too. I just don't want this guy to run around. He's a pain because he poisons you, and I don't want to deal with it. Need more fence. Okay, so if we spawn him in here and then immediately shrink him, okay, now we can name tag him Spitter, and this might be he might be too big actually. Shrink him again. Let's get him in a bottle. See, yeah, that's the annoying part. And the knockback is what's the most annoying with it. There we go. All right, so Spitter is named. He is available. And we can go ahead and toss him in there. And then he'll start spitting at us, and then Komodo Dragon Spit will get added back into the system. Okay. And then I just need to get a exporter on this so that it goes into our system, but that's, you know, another project for another day. We don't have to worry about it right now. I could even just entangle that and bring it to the basement. So anyway, what do we want to do? We need to work on automating our alchemy table. Never automated this before, but a lot of recipes are used in this, and I don't want to sit here and have to be doing manual crafting with this, especially like all these reagents and stuff. So we're going to try and figure out how we can automate this. So let's go ahead and where do we want to put this? Wizard Tower sounds good. I think my main blood altar, when we get to everything, I'm going to set the blood altar up here, and then my blood gathering altar will probably go into our mob tower into the basement, and I'll just dig another level to our basement and everything, and then we can put that down there so that we get essence, and then all the mob spawning happens in the tower and we don't have to worry about it. So let's go ahead and set this up over here and get automation going for our alchemy table, and I think this is going to work for us. I don't know, never done this before, so we'll see how it works out, but I think we'll be okay. So we're going to need these things so that we can get this going. And let's lay it out. If I need to move it later, I will. But we'll set it up here and just kind of see how this is going to work and then go from there. So let's do something like this, and then we'll get our XNet controller. We're going to set this bad boy down here. We're going to get an advanced connector to connect these two up. And we're going to use an advanced connector specifically because we're going to need to spoof sidage on our alchemy table. Then we're going to want to get ourselves a input barrel and an output barrel. Let's get connectors going. I should have plenty of regular connectors. Let's do, you know what? We'll put this on the back. And we'll have the input barrel here, output barrel here. So it's easy to see what we're doing. Advanced connector can go ahead onto the back of one of these. Yep. Blue connector, network cable, one more connector, and we should be good to go, except for power. But that's easy enough. Entangled block. Bam. Okay. So there we go. That is everything connected at least. So let's go ahead and name our connectors. This is going to be input barrel. This is going to be the alchemy table, and this is going to be the output barrel. So similar to how we have our cooking pot, right? Our cooking pot, we run into the same issues that we're going to have here, where if we look at the recipes that we can use for this, some of these things require same items, right? So for example, the easiest way, let's just look up golden apple. And we've already talked about this before, but just as a refresher, golden apple requires enchanted ash, 2 gold dust, and an apple, right? And the important thing is that the gold dusts are in 2 separate slots. They cannot be in the same slot. I'm pretty sure the same thing applies for our alchemy table, and we can validate that. I made the weak activation crystal already. We can validate that with a shadow gem, right? We have a few shadow gems in the system, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the stuff that we're going to need for this. No, you are my crafting blood orb. I did make an extra master blood orb in between episodes. That way I could have one here for crafting purposes. If you're trying to craft with refined storage, you're not going to be able to set up auto crafting with this. Refined storage will not not respect the fact that you have a blood orb in the system. You have to, it's going to want you to make, like if I were to request to make the runes here, or the ritual stones, because ritual stones require a orb, it's going to want me to, I need 40 of these things, which means I'm going to have to do this craft 20 times. It's going to want 20 blood orbs in the system. And we're not going to be able to do that. We can get around that if we use RF Tools Crafters, but that's next episode most likely. We'll figure out how we can automate that. Anyway, so I made an extra one though for crafting purposes, so that when I say, hey, I want ritual stones, it will pull that blood orb, because it probably won't pull these other ones because they are NBT data. Their owner is me, and it won't work. Anyway, with that being said, what was I looking for in here? Oh, these things. So if I were to go ahead and just shove everything in here and get an orb, magician probably okay. Yeah, look, the craft doesn't complete because these actually need to go into separate slots, and then it will go. I'd like to stop you, though. I don't want you to work right now. Okay, so, and orbs tier is not high enough. Is there anything alchemy table-wise that requires a master blood orb? Like the only thing allowed is a master blood orb? Nothing so far. There are 41 recipes in here, though. Jeez Louise. Maybe towards the back? I'm thinking like anything like that looks crazy, but everything so far is magician at least. I'm going to have to scroll through this and figure this out and find out, because I'm not going to scroll through 41 recipe pages. But we'll stick the magician blood orb in there for now, and it should be fine. So anyway, crafting wise, this eclipse, yes. So what we need to do is figure out how can we automate this so that the only way that an item can go into here is it's limited. Only one item can go in at a time. And now we do have the ability to determine which slots are active with our alchemy table, right? If we click on one of these, we can say, okay, the down is the extract. This is where it's pushing items out for crafting. So this is the down, so this is enabled to the down. So if you click on the slot, it'll tell you which slots are enabled for input and output, right? So this is outputting from the table on the down. This is inputting to this slot from the north, south, east, and west. So my issue here, though, is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 slots, but we only have 5 directions here. Now, we could input from the down as well. We can input and output from the down. I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. So basically what I want to do is we're going to reset all these. We're going to configure okay. Each slot is going to get a independent input. That way with our XNet, it knows, okay, which slot to put things into, right? Right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump all of our stuff in here. We're going to have to whitelist the magician blood orb from, or blacklist it from being able to be pulled out. I don't know if it can, but just in case. And then we're going to go ahead and work on starting to set this stuff up. So first things first, we are going to have our output barrel. This is going to be an items channel. And we are going to extract. Now we are going to have to do... Yeah, we're going to have to do a separate channel for each of these things because all of these are going to go into the alchemy table, but from a different direction. So each one of these is going to be a separate channel here. So I guess we'll start with the top left. So we're going to call this top left. Okay. So from the output barrel, we are going to extract and we are going to take one item. So we'll say the Nuit God Shard is always going to go in the top left. And we are going to insert. The top left is going to be from the down. So we are going to insert on the down. Nope. It probably inserted stuff. No, okay. Don't process on this just yet. So we're going to insert on the down Nuit God Shards. Okay? So it's going to extract from here, and it's going to insert the Nuit God Shards. And the key thing that we want here is we only want one item to go into each of these slots at a time. If there's 10 Nuit God Shards in there in the chest, that's fine. We only want one to go in this at a time. That way it shouldn't end up happening. If we have like the 2 soul shards here, it ends up filling up this slot and not filling up this slot, right? Does that make sense? So if we put this in here and we turn on processing on this channel, theoretically, oh, if I set it up on the right barrel, extract. Yeah. Bam. There we go. Nuit God Shard showed up. Perfect. And then we need to do the same for all of these. So this is going to be the top right. You're going to be the mid right, and we're just going to go around clockwise. We're going to be bottom right. The only caveat with this is any recipes that we need to do is we're going to have to actually teach the system how to do all these, but that's okay. Nope. You are going to be bottom left. You're going to be, we're going to have just enough channels for this, actually. You're going to be mid left, and then you are going to be final output. Cool. So then this one is going to be an extract on the down, and it's going to insert into the output barrel. Darn. I was afraid that was going to happen. What's happening is the new God shard's going in, and since this is set to also extract from the down, it is pulling. Oh, man. So we're going to have to actually... Okay. So the extract for this, we're going to have to blacklist our outputs. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So it just means we're going to have to craft one. So the only thing that you're going to be allowed to extract is shadow gems. So now if I put the new God shard in there, it should stay. It's not going to pull that out. Okay. So then I just need to set these up exactly the same. So we're going to turn off processing on all of these so that way we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and set up all of these channels because we're going to do the exact same thing that we did here. This is going to be an extract, and we're going to insert each of these items, and we're just going to have it be, set to 1. So we'll be right back with those. Okay, all of the channels are configured. Except for I lied. The mid-right channel is south. What did I do now? You know what? This one doesn't have a... there's only 5 things on this, isn't there? 1, 2, 3... No, wait, no, there's 6. What did I miss? Son of a gun, I missed something. Okay, we're going to insert Nocturnal Death, or Essence of Death, Nocturnal Powder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute, I have 7 here. Up east. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Well, sure. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. Top left, top right, mid right, bottom right, bottom left. I did do bottom left twice. See, someone was probably pointing that out too. Y'all probably yelling at me as I'm doing this that I did bottom left twice. That's okay. So we'll just get rid of mid right. And I'll figure out, okay, you are east. Bottom left is west. Okay, so then you were mid-right then. It's out of order now, but that's okay. So mid, left, right. Oh, whatever. You know what? It'll work. We'll see what happens here. Let's just go ahead and shove all our stuff in here and see what happens. Does it put it all in the right spot? It does. That's what matters. Okay, cool. Everything went to the right spot. If I throw my Magician Blood Orb in there, we should get a Shadow Gem, and we should be good to go. Goodness gracious. I'll have to fix the names later. Whatever. It's going to do the thing, Shadow Gem, and then it extracts. So now if I say, okay, give me all the stuff for a Shadow Gem, but I want like multiple. Let's do Nuit God Shards. Let's grab 5 of these. I want to validate that it only puts the right amount in there. Nocturnal. I'm going to need to figure out how to automate that stuff. Essence of Death. You also need to get a Frit Essence automated. We only have 1 left. And then Soul Shards. Okay. So now if I throw all of these in there, it should only put 1 in at a time. Perfect. That's what I want to see, which means our input chest can do whatever it needs to. The only thing that'll happen is we'll probably set up, just as we have with everything else, our crafting trigger, because what we don't want to happen is recipes to come conflict, right? We don't want to request 3 different things that come out of this table. And see, now it jammed up. What did you do? Oh, you know what? It was 2 Essence of Death and 2. Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't double everything up, but that's okay. It worked. That's what mattered. Bam. And then we got Shadow Gems. So now all we got to do is teach the system. But anyway, we're going to set up the pseudo blocking mode that we have with our crafter pulsing or with our output pulsing the crafter. That way we don't run into any conflicts with multiple different recipes going into the alchemy table. But it works. The only thing that we have to do is anytime we have a recipe, we got to come teach it what to insert. And then, we can go through and do the thing and set our extracts. So that is the alchemy table automated for the most part, other than getting the entangled blocking portion done. So let's just validate. I want to make sure that everything is going to work. Let's go ahead and grab our entangleizer. I really should have 2 of these entangled binders. That way I can have one, always set over here, whatever, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead, pop home, pop through the wall. I keep just expanding this row of stuff as we go. This is going to go here. You're going to do this. We're going to grab a crafter. Do I have any in the system? I think I have some unnamed or named crafters. Yeah, like these guys were our crafters over here that I never renamed. But I think I need an iron crafter. This is probably going to require a lot of stuffs. This is going to take forever to craft. That's okay. We'll let it do its thing. We'll be right back. All right, crafter gained. We got to name it really quick. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I enchanted this anvil with unbreaking at some point. When, I don't even know. But this is going to be, what are we working on? This is our alchemy table. I also just, while I was waiting here, I taught the system how to make speed upgrades and volume upgrades from Enigmatica, because that seems to be our bottleneck there with the crafting of that was the Enigmatica processing. So we're going to try and speed that up at some point. We need a sign. Okay, and this is the alchemy table in. So there we go. So now we can teach the system how to make something with the alchemy table, which was the shadow gems. That's what we did starting out right now. So shadow gems, this is going to be your recipe, but we don't need the blood orb. We need these things. Yes. Cool. And it'll be just easiest for me to pop down here, throw it in there, and then that way we can validate that it's going to input everything. It's all going to work and I'll do all the good stuff. We're also going to want to go ahead and we're going to set up a, there's my mine, by the way. I've expanded so far. We actually expanded into our mining area. We're going to do another entangled block down here with a barrel, similar to how we have everything else. Okay, we'll get there at some point. I'll do that one in between episodes. But Wizard Tower, let's go ahead and request some shadow gems. So if I request a shadow gem, it should put the items in here. They should get moved around. Perfect. It's going to do the thing. I don't think there's any way to speed this thing up. And then a shadow gem should show up here. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Make sure everything was going to work. So now all I have to do is teach the system how to do all of those other recipes, which is going to be kind of a pain. Anything that we're going to need for this is going to be, it's going to be. Basically, that's where we're at. It's going to be. But anyway, that's the alchemy table. I'll work on getting the rest of that taken care of in between episodes. Let's go ahead and start working towards our runes, right? Hellfire Forge, what are you used for? Is there anything I need to automate? Do I need to automate this thing as well? This is going to require Demon Will. I don't know if there's anything in here that we actually like use all the time. I haven't used this thing in absolutely forever. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that we're going to need to automate the Hellfire Forge. If we do, it'll be in our system ready to go for us. And we can probably automate it the exact same way we just did with our alchemy table. Anyway, so what do we need to do? So in order to get our ritual, right, if we take a look inside of our book, our Sanguine Scientium, the ritual for the Well of Suffering is what we're going to want to do. This ritual attacks mobs within its damage zone and puts the LP into a nearby blood altar, and we need a Ritual Diviner Dusk to facilitate construction. In total, we're going to need 36 different runes and a weak activation crystal, and it's going to require 40,000 LP in our system. So 36 runes is basically what we need. However, we are also going to need a master rune, which requires 4 runes to craft it. So in total, we need 40 runes. Now, I should have everything that we need to be able to make this. It was not runes, it is ritual stone. So we should be able to get 40 of these ritual stones. Except for I don't have any abyssaline. Abyssaline. I did teach the system how to make this stuff. You know what? Let's just do 2 stacks of that, because I don't know. And you just go there. Okay. So we should be able to get 36, bam, and 40. So there's our ritual stones. And we're going to use 4 of those to craft our, master ritual stone. Master ritual stone, yep. And there we go. So that is everything we're going to need for the actual ritual crafting portion of things. In order to make the ritual, though, we are going to need to get our ritual diviner. We can manually do this, but why would we want to manually do any of the work? We can have blood magic build the structure for us and completely automate the creation of the well of suffering. So what we need to do is craft ourselves a ritual diviner. A ritual diviner it's a fairly simple craft. 4 mana diamonds, these inscription tools, and a living wood twig. The inscription tools are literally just runes. Smelted up, takes 5 LP. It was 5 LP per tick. It's 1,000 LP total, and you have to have a tier 3 altar in order to be able to do this. But we have the runes automated, so this was just fire, earth, air, and water, and not necessarily in that order. And then we have our ritual diviner dusk. Now this is going to require demonic slates. I believe I have a few demonic slates in the system. And then we need our ritual diviner and then inscription tools of dusk. And to make those, you need a rune of Nidavellir, tier 4 altar, and 2,000 LP. And then Nidavellir is a runic altar recipe, earth, winter, and sloth. The system does know how to make these, and we should be able to. If I wanted to craft another one, I could. I made a few carved pumpkins manually, and then the system now knows how to make the honeyed apples. It's just right down here. Bam, honeyed apples being produced or available on demand as a craft, so we're good to go there. So we need to go ahead and get ourselves set up, our enchanting apparatus to make this. I don't need to teach the system how to do this. We can just do this manually. Let's grab some mana diamonds and then a living wood twig. And then we should be able to pop out here and get this thing going. So the living wood twig was the catalyst, and then it was water, air, fire, earth, 4 mana diamonds. Cool. And I believe to get the dusk, it's just a regular craft, right? Yeah. So we can shove these things in there, and then we can go ahead and request the dusk. And now we have, you know what? Let me pick up. Yeah. Smart. There we go. Now I completed the quest. Because otherwise I'd have to make another one. Not that it was difficult, but I don't want to make another one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that takes care of the ritual diviner. So we can now craft the ritual. We're probably going to want a ritual tinkerer as well. Another 2 demonic slates. Goodness gracious, that's expensive. But that'll allow us to set the range of our craft, or our well of souls. So we'll have that going. And then... oh, you are a recipe for that. Okay, cool. That should be everything that we need other than building the actual structure and getting ourselves our altar set up. So we're going to have 2 altars in our system here, right? We're going to have an altar that is dedicated to the production of LP, which is what all of this stuff here is for. We're going to have... this altar is going to sit, and it's going to be bound to this well of souls, which is going to have a spawner beneath it, which is going to get the mobs that we choose. From what I understand, parrots are the best mob to do this with, if we can get a parrot spawn egg. Now, Altar of Birthing can spawn a parrot, and it's actually not too difficult other than the spirit of birthing part, which, yeah, we have it on craft. But what I would like to do would be to kill some parrots and get a parrot spawn egg. So maybe we'll head over to a jungle or something. I know at some point I had to have found a jungle biome. We'll get our nature's compass out and look for a jungle, try and find some parrots. And then if we can get a parrot spawn egg, we can make a parrot spawner. Parrots, they say, has been mentioned to me multiple times by a couple different people. Parrots are the best mob for LP production. Weird, I know, but they produce 300 LP per parrot that spawns, whereas villagers, which are your next best, are only 100 LP. So this tiny little parrot produces 300 versus a villager at 100. So it's worth getting. We'll get the parrots, we'll have them spawn in, and then Well of Suffering, die, and then do the thing. Or we could even have them spawn in and get like a it depends. We'll see where we end up. We could do like an Ars ritual of restoration and have the parrot. We could have like 10 parrots maybe sitting on in a cage with a Ars rune below it, so that they're constantly being restored, and then having the Well of Suffering doing the thing. We'll see where we end up with that. But yeah, that's basically that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and in our mob tower down all the way bottom floor. This thing has been working fantastic, by the way. Our Vindicator, our witches, everybody's dying. We're getting Wixie shards. We probably have 500 Wixie shards or so in the system. Plus, let's grab another 200 levels of experience. Why not? I really should just have that get voided out by now, but I like picking up the big number. But I'll clear out another layer below this. So we're just going to have layer after layer of spawner setups. We'll have our blood altar sit below, and then below that will be where our Well of Suffering ends up going. So I'll clear out the infrastructure for all of that. And then next episode, we can come get the Well of Suffering going, get the LP starting to be produced. I'll try and work on getting some of these runes too. I'm going to get a gold crafter, and actually I should just be able to kick off the gold crafter now. Yeah, we have everything we need for this, including 32 buckets of essence. That's the hard part, or it was the hard part. So we'll get that going. I'll try and get all of these runes taught to the system. This shouldn't be too difficult. I have reinforced slates available, holding reagent. We're going to have to teach a bunch of stuff to our new alchemy table, but I'll get that going. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.